Moving on now, Taiwan has weighed in on the growing territorial dispute in the South China Sea. It says it wants to be part of any talks that take place. Last week, a court in The Hague rejected China's claims of sovereignty over nearly 90% of the waters in a challenge brought by the Philippines. Beijing dismissed the ruling as, quote, a piece of scrap paper. And interference from America is fermenting public anger in several nations, as Emily Sue explains.
On the surface, The Hague's historic ruling rejecting Beijing's claims in the South China Sea looks like a diplomatic spat between two Asian countries, China and the Philippines. But judging on what's been trending on social media, plenty of people on both sides are convinced that there is a third party pulling the strings behind the scenes of this landmark case. And to show you just how angry some of them are at this third party, well, they're angry enough to smash and boycott expensive American technology. One Chinese company in Zhejiang province even went as far as issuing a patriotic notification to warn its employees that they'll be fired if they purchase an iPhone 7 due to come out later this year. But it's not just technology being purged. One man was so determined to boycott all things American that he attacked another man wearing Nike shoes. At the same time, sporadic protests have been staged outside of American fast food chains in different cities all week, with demonstrators holding banners demanding KFC and McDonald's get out of China. On the other side of the South China Sea, while most Filipinos are celebrating the ruling with the hashtag #Chexit, there are also those who are concerned by America's involvement in the case. One columnist even demanded that the U.S. pay the Philippines $30 million for its legal fees in the case. Perhaps the question begging to be answered is, what does the U.S. want out of the Hague ruling?
It's an outside power interfering in an issue that is between Southeast Asian nations and China. The U.S. doesn't even subscribe to the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, and they are interfering in this whole process, which is completely crazy. It has to do with the pivoting to Asia. It has to do with containing China. It's harassing China diplomatically in terms of global public opinion.
Will the Hague ruling effectively contain and isolate China by worsening its ties with the Philippines, as the U.S. possibly hoped? Let's look at the facts. In 2015 alone, Beijing bought $19 billion worth of exports from Manila, making it the Philippines' largest trading partner. The number of Chinese tourists visiting the Philippines also doubled over the past few years.
The ruling offers the chance for Beijing and Manila to sit down, to look hard at their problems. How can they bridge the differences? We have this new president, Duterte, who is very pragmatic, who is not that pro the United States, who is really smart.
There's no confirmation yet whether the Philippines' newly elected president will make China his first foreign visit, or if he will meet with his counterpart Xi Jinping anytime soon. But President Duterte has made his plans for relations with Beijing very clear.
We're better off making friends with China.
Emily Sue, RT, Moscow.
Next up, we take an in-depth look at the EU's interventions in struggling states at the height of the financial crisis and the questions of democracy that's raised. Stay with us.